I have no clue what just happened. Like, at all. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to This TV. If this is your first time here, welcome home. We're so glad to have you. And as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about Marvel's newest project, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And of course, as per usual, spoilers will be in this video. So if you haven't seen it, come back later. Let's go ahead and dive right in because this movie is bonkers. So first things first. Overall thoughts, not what I was expecting, but in a good way, because this movie is very fast-paced. It's very tight-knit, but it also keeps the story, as like grand as the multiverse is, it does keep it very, very close and very, very focused on Doctor Strange, America Chavez, and Scarlet Witch. So it keeps it with those three, and then you have like Wong as well. But this movie is just insane. I don't really know what else I could really say other than it's insane. From beginning to end, it is quite the trip. Now, there definitely are some things that I'm not the biggest fan of, but overall, I mean, I felt like this movie was pretty good. It was well done. I enjoyed it. It's just ridiculous. Oh my goodness. My brain hurts. So, for the characters in the story, like I mentioned earlier in my initial thoughts, like, it's very close-knit. America Chavez, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and you could put Wong or Christine, whichever you really want to choose. Those are your main characters. You have a whole bunch surrounding that as well, with cameos and things of that sort, but overall, those are your main characters. We do see a lot more of picking up where we left off, not only from Avengers Infinity War and Endgame for Doctor Strange, but also for the movie Doctor Strange as well, which of course is good because it's been, 6 years? But I think the interesting thing to me is that it does focus a lot of attention on Scarlet Witch and America Chavez. Not that that's a bad thing. Of course, most of it with America Chavez is to introduce her, give her some backstory, things of that sort. That's understandable. But they spend a lot of time with Scarlet Witch, which I'm fine with. But at the same time, this is also a Doctor Strange movie. And so I wanted to see some more Doctor Strange and growth and development. And we do get that. We do see an arc for Doctor Strange throughout this entire movie, which is good. I don't think it's as front and center as Wanda is, which is a bit disappointing for me. So let's talk about those cameos. Now, there wasn't as many as I think a lot of us expected. There were some that were missing according to some people, but I think what they had with the cameos was good. What they gave us, obviously, is Black Bolt. They gave us a different version of Captain Marvel. They gave us John Krasinski as Reed Richards. That was cool. Charles Xavier is back. Patrick Stewart, Captain Carter, and then, of course, Master Mordo. And that was your Illuminati. I would say that I would be happy with it, but I'm a bit disappointed, and here's why. They revealed it in the trailers, and that's a bit upsetting. If they kept it just with the Captain Marvel redo, that's fine. I think that works. It's the fact that they also showed Captain Carter and also Charles Xavier, where it's like, okay, now you just gave away 4 of the other members and we're just missing 2. And so I'm a bit disappointed there. The amount of cameos I think is fine and it works because ultimately, like, you don't want these cameos, and I'm also speaking on No Way Home here, you don't want these cameos to overshadow the main plot line. And I don't think it did. In fact, it did help to enhance. It also helped to enhance Scarlet Witch, of course, with showcasing her and her power. I'm a little upset of how quickly that happened. especially with some characters, Charles Xavier, felt like some of that should have went better, you know, more intense. Because here's, like, my quarrel is this, like, Captain Carter and Captain Marvel, they're powerful, but Charles Xavier's on another level. And so, why did he die quick? I mean, granted, it wasn't, like, super duper quick, but also at the same time, it was still pretty quick. I don't know. I felt like they went away way too quick. Again, the cameos were fine. What they did was good. But some of them, I think, went way too quickly. Specifically, Charles Xavier, I think he died way too quick. If we had a bigger battle between the two of them, I think that would have been really, really good. But overall, I mean, again, the cameos were fine. The other Doctor Stranges were good and interesting. Overall thoughts on the story: it is very quick, it is very intense, it's very scary. This is the darkest, most goriest, brutal entry into the MCU, and I'm here for it. I think the way that the story progressed in some parts was a little too quick. I think Wanda could have dived into her evilness a little bit slower, but also at the same time, like with WandaVision, it does help a bit, not too much. But overall, I think the story was good. I think it just needed to be stretched out a little bit more so we get a little more detail on certain moments, or just to slow down the pace a bit, because it is very, very quick. If it was just maybe 20 minutes longer, would have helped the story to feel very cohesive and very easier to follow.
We should tell him the truth.
Final thoughts. I don't know. Like, I'm very conflicted on this movie. I don't think it is the most rewatchable movie in the MCU. It's dark, it's brutal, it's straight to the point, you know, go, go, go. Kind of like at a Disney park, it's go, go, go. I would have liked to see more exploration of the multiverse. I think it is one of the MCU's stronger movies. I think it has the potential to lead into a lot of insane stuff in the future. We got a little glimpse, a little taste into the multiverse, and we're going to see it expand throughout the rest of Phase 4 and onward. It's very much out of the normal MCU bubble, and I think that works here. My mind's fried. Like, this movie is done a lot of interesting things. It brought some cool moments into the MCU, brought some cool characters that we get to see for the first time. It brought a lot of horror and dark and bloody and brutalness into the MCU, and that's great. But it's very fast-paced, and it can feel very easy to be lost. There's a lot to this movie. Post-credit scene-wise, at the end, there is 2. One of them's kind of funny. Overall, I give this movie an 8.7 out of 10 with a fun factor of a B. It's enjoyable, but there are definitely some things that I wish were really improved to make this even better than it actually was. It is an enjoyable acid trip, because it's an acid trip. That's really what it is. If I had to describe it in a word, it's an acid trip. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell to be notified for more videos on Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, the parks, and so much more. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a marvelous day. Goodbye. I think I had a slower pace than the actual movie.